Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to another episode of How to Draw Anything. My name is Debbie. I work for San Mateo County Libraries, and normally you would find me at the Millbrae branch. And we also have.
My name is Lynn. I heard you almost say that. You may recognize me from the Belmont branch or maybe from the other art streams that we have been doing, but we've got a special episode lined up. This is going to be a three-parter. We've got multiple steps that are happening here, but before that, we've got a little surprise to showcase.
Yeah, we want to share a drawing from a fan of the show. Let me share my screen. And this drawing is from Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie did an awesome job.
And this drawing, I believe, was based on an old episode of How to Draw Anything of Sparkles.
Yes, Sparkles, the fantastic, fabulous rainbow bird. And so Maddie decided to take her own little interpretation. We heard from her mom that she was very, very set on making her version a princess. So she's wearing a very fancy dress and she has a little tiara on her head.
It's beautiful.
It's wonderful. It makes me so happy. So shout out to you, Maddie. Keep drawing. You're awesome.
And thank you for sharing with us and sharing with our audience. So yeah, if anybody else wants to share their drawings with us too, we'll tell you all about it at the end.
We have our whole spiel. We'll say
it. All right.
Don't worry. We know you're here for the drawing. Hopefully.
Okay. Drawing time, Lynn.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and share my screen.
And while you do that, I'll explain our three-part series. So we're going to break this up into 3 episodes of How to Draw Anything. So this is part 1. And part 1 is all about, I guess, well, all 3 parts are kind of taking, the steps of how a lot of comic books are drawn these days. And the first step that is taken is usually just like the penciling stage, right? And then after that, it might go into a final or more of an inking stage. So it's similar to what we do in our doodle challenges. We do some pencil sketches first, and then we do some nice inks to finalize and polish off our drawings. And then the third part is doing coloring. And so we're going to do that in 3 parts. We're going to do one kind of a big drawing. We're going to spend, a little extra time so that we can do something nice in the end.
Get a nice solid sketch.
Yeah. So Lynn is going to start us off with penciling the drawing.
Yeah, so the gimmick with this is kind of like the comics industry. You often have different people doing each of those steps. And oftentimes when you have multiple artists working on a singular project, they each bring their own sort of artistic skills into it, where if it was one person, you wouldn't get quite as much variation. So it's going to be a collaborative process. So I'm going to do the sketch, Debbie's going to do the inks, and then we're both going to do our take on the coloring. So I'm very excited.
I'm excited too, because I love the inking stage.
And I like the sketching, so it works out.
So yeah, it works with our strengths. So
yeah, and so I thought something fun to draw as a sketch that then Debbie gets to ink later next week would be a magical girl. So if you've heard of Sailor Moon, that's the quintessential Western experience of magical girls, but they are in fact an entire genre of anime in and of themselves, of usually young girls, like preteens to teenagers, who are ordinary, regular, everyday girls who one day happen usually upon a cute animal that turns out to give them magical powers, and with this newfound power and responsibility, they go and fight evil and monsters and they save the day, and there's often whole groups of them, and it's cute and charming, and they have cute clothes. So.
Who are some other magical girl characters besides Sailor Moon?
So Sailor Moon is kind of like one of the most well-known, especially here in the West. My personal fondness is for Cardcaptor Sakura, who has her own fun little subversions on the genre because her cute magical costumes aren't actually magical. She has a friend who knows the tropes and makes her cute costumes to wear whenever she goes to fight evil. It's really charming. But there's a lot of different series. Pretty Cure is a name that comes to mind. Mew Mew Tokyo, I think, is another one, which has like animal themes specifically.
I never heard of these. This is fun. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah. They're usually aimed like at younger audiences, though some can skew more towards like an older crowd, especially if they want to start being a little more like subversive of the trope staples. But it's, I think, a very cute and charming, like, just subgenre of anime. Because it's all about girls and friends and cute things and fighting monsters.
Ooh.
So it's a good combination.
Yeah. Do you have
I thought...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, do you have a vision of what a character that you have right now? Or are you just kind of going on the fly right now?
I'm kind of going on the fly, because the main thing I figured was picking it specifically as a magical girl gives a certain amount of freedom it means you can be fairly dynamic in the pose, because they're often doing some kind of action that doesn't have to be limited totally by like, what's realistic? And it also means you could spend a little more time designing clothes, so ideally you'll have plenty of things to ink.
Oh boy. Give me some guidelines.
Yes, no, I'll try and make it a clean sketch.
Yeah.
But I don't normally do like really detailed clothing, which is honestly kind of a staple of the genre. They're really known for their really pretty outfits.
Oh.
Or like really iconic things like the Sailor Scout uniform.
Right.
So I thought that would be a fun challenge for myself as well, just being like, what kind of details make me think of a quintessential magical girl outfit?
Yeah. I'm already thinking this is going to be fun to ink.
Give her a little more. Slight digital art cheating.
Yep.
Okay, it's just the sketch phase. Yeah, the sketching is what I often have the most fun with. And then cleaning up the lines. And hopefully things will show on screen, because I'm actually using the pencil tool for this versus I usually use the ink tool even when I'm sketching just for the streams. It has darker lines.
I'm already trying to think of like what kind of inking tools I'm going to use. Because I probably won't use my usual. I don't know. I'll see.
Let's get a color going first. Yeah, I'm very much just doing like on the fly. But
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's like one of my weaknesses. Like I feel like accessorizing and making interesting clothes. I'm not good at picturing that. So, but it'll be fun to see, like, to actually draw, interesting clothes.
Oh, I just thought of another one that I recommend. Princess Tutu is probably one of my favorites.
Oh.
Like, I haven't watched it in eons, but I think it's a very, very loose magical girl reinterpretation of Swan Lake.
Okay.
So it's not really a spoiler to say. The main character is a duck.
Oh.
And so the whole thing is she's given magical powers that lets her turn into a human because she's fallen in love with a prince. But on the flip side, it means that she now has these powers that she needs to fight to save him with. and it's done through the power of ballet, and
Oh, wow.
it works so much better than it should.
Interesting.
It's a really good series. It has a lot of fun with like just storytelling tropes in general.
Yeah. Have you ever had anyone ink your drawings before? Have you ever
No,
like
I don't
collaborated?
think I have.
I don't know if I have either.
Yeah.
I've inked other drawings, but I don't know if anyone's ever inked mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've like occasionally managed to coerce people into just straight up drawing things for me,
Mm-hmm.
but never quite like each completing the other's drawing.
Mm-hmm. I think this will be fun.
Yeah.
And interesting to see how it comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
And you're free to not directly follow the lines, obviously,
Okay.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's part of what making art as a collaborative thing can have a lot of charm, where different people have different interpretations of what your lines were meant to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Or they see things and they're like, you know, this is the way that I would have done that particular thing to put an emphasis on.
The neat thing about doing this together, like online together, is like I can, we can ask each other questions like,
Mm-hmm.
is this supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
if something's unclear in the sketch, I can always ask. It's almost like also like a game of like telephone in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Normally in like the comics industry, you would just like send off your pencils and you don't watch the other person draw it, or ink it. You only get to see, the end product after they're done inking and, make adjustments from there. So, it can be a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I've seen a lot of sort of talk, especially when it comes to artists sending their drawings off to the colorists, just how much a colorist can bring to your artwork, like purely based on how they decided to interpret like the mood of the scene and the lighting.
Right.
I want her to be like a very cute and cheerful death from above moment.
I like it.
Again, one of my personal favorite parts of the magical girl genre. Cute girls fighting evil at by moonlight.
It's battle time.
And there's lots of sparkles, so.
Okay, I will make sure to put those in.
Yes, I'll be sure to include them in the sketch. And if you feel like I get to a point where you think it's detailed enough, you can also just shout out to stop me.
I don't think I'll stop you.
Okay. Just in case, because I don't want to end it with too clean a drawing that there's not much for you to do next time.
Right. I also don't want to mess up your beautiful drawing. So
I highly doubt you will.
Yeah, I think, when in the comics industry, the pencilist will probably leave notes, the artist will leave notes for whoever's working on the next step, whether it's coloring or inking.
Mm-hmm.
Like just to kind of, indicate intention and, in case it's not obvious. So they might write, like, pencil out some notes next to the drawing, like this should be sparkly, make sure you have a lot of shine in the coloring of this or something like that,
Yeah.
because the artist's vision shouldn't be lost in translation when things are being worked on, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really, communication is really key
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to having like a whole team making art together.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially with the actual comics industry, so much of what you're doing is sort of each done in its own remote kind of way that, like you said, they don't have quite the same luxury as getting to watch the person ink and be like, oh, hey, what if you did this instead?
Yeah.
It's more you send your stuff off and you hope you get back what you were expecting and or have it exceed expectations.
Right. And if it doesn't, then usually you redo some work.
Mm-hmm.
You ask the person to, no, that's not exactly what I was envisioning. Can you change this up a little bit? So
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes there will be revisions involved.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Mm-hmm. It's all part of the process.
Yep.
And every draft you make means that you're getting closer to what you want that final product to be.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not for that project, it's always, always effort towards the next one.
Right.
Very cheerful.
Thank you. Have you drawn
Yeah, I
this
feel
type
like
of dress before?
Not especially, but things with like ruffles and frills are often very common. Like,
Yeah.
they're not dressing for practicality, but that's okay.
Uh-huh. Sorry, you were going to say something?
If I did, I forgot.
Sorry, I interrupted
Oh,
you.
it's okay. That doesn't happen very often, actually.
No.
I'm just kind of working my way down top to bottom because
Mm-hmm.
that's the order in which I usually like to deal with the anatomy.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever drawn a dress like this. It'll be my first.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a lot of ruffles, a lot of frills, a lot of bows.
That's fun.
Thinking of I should add more. I'll be very excited to see how this turns out when it's handed over.
Me too. I feel a little bit of pressure. I don't want to mess it up.
You won't.
I hope not.
I have complete faith.
Thank you.
I want her to be holding something in that top hand, and I haven't decided on what yet. I don't know whether I want it to be like actually in theme, like it's a magic wand, or like slightly more subversive, like it's a flail.
I was thinking like a big hammer.
Yeah, I might do that. That's a good idea.
Very like fun hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow like it's
Like
cute.
just a giant toy mallet.
It's cute too. Like maybe it has a face too. It's a talking mallet.
That could be fun. I don't know if I've seen a Magical Girl series where, like specifically Magical Girl. I've seen other series where like the weapons are characters.
Right.
But yeah, you're good.
Oh.
I need to retain the ability to hear.
kind of footwear is she gonna have?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm going to ignore them for now.
Okay.
Go back up to giving her a giant toy mallet. Let's get that. Now that we have an idea of what it's going to be, we can get it better spaced. Now the question is, should our sentient weapon be excited that it's about to get slammed down on an enemy, or like in mild distress?
I say excited.
Okay.
That's his job.
He is ready for this. Excitement! I think it should also have a bow on the side.
Oh, I like it.
Yay!
Yes!
I feel bad for whatever enemy she's about to.
Yeah. Why are you so happy?
You should be enjoying this less. One of the big appeals of magical girls is just how cheerful they tend to be. Like, even in the darker subversions, one of the things that they often end up cycling back to is just the inherent goodness of the protagonist. Because they want to help.
Yeah.
And they have the power to do so, and they can look super cute while doing it.
Yeah.
Yay!
So cute.
I'm liking how this is turning out.
Yeah, right. Totally. Yeah, I'm totally digging it.
I'm also going to give her a bow back here.
Ooh,
That way you can have ribbon trails.
Ooh.
Further emphasizing jump in motion.
Yeah, I love
one of the tricks I like to do.
I love the motion you have going on.
Give hair and clothing that can always trail behind them, and immediately gives more of a sense of like, here's how things are arcing. Okay, now I have to go back to the feet. Darn it.
Is it boots or not boots?
I'm kind of leaning towards not boots. Maybe something like, well,
I feel like boots would be too Sailor Moony.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm leaning towards like just kind of ballet shoes.
Yeah.
Kind of tie back into the vague tutu part of the dress that she's wearing.
Yeah, that's nice.
If you actually make them ballet shoes, then you can have the ribbons too. And then more bows and things to flail behind.
Ooh.
All right.
So cute.
All right. Well, I think the sketch is pretty much at a point where anything further I would be doing, I would be cleaning it up. So are there any points in it that you're not sure how you would line them? Is there anything that you're not clear what it is?
No, I think I got everything. I assume the flow behind her hair, I wasn't sure if that was a ribbon. I thought it was a ribbon at first, but that's a ponytail, right? That's hair.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is she has like a hair bow here.
Okay, got it.
And then the rest is her hair in a ponytail tied back.
Got it. Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah.
Obviously, feel free to add more sparkles.
No, I think I would be ready to ink at this point.
All right. In that case, I will call that my sketch.
So cute.
I quite like her.
Yeah.
Should we give her a name now or save that for later?
Maybe save it, just in case we have anything extra we want to add.
Oh, okay, yeah, you might bring in new details
Maybe.
when she gets inked.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
All right, well, that's going to be part 1. So that is the sketch. Tune in next week, and we'll get to see Debbie ink it. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I love inking, so I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm very eager to see how it turns out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. That was fun.
That was super fun. And remember how Maddie shared her drawings with us? You can too. You can tag your drawings at SMC Libraries on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can share your drawings there, or you can use the hashtag SMCLCreates, and then we'll see it. And then if you'd like us to be, or if you'd like us to share your drawing on the air, like we did for Maddie, then we can do that. So,
yeah, we would love to do that.
And just remember, go to smcl.org to see all the other virtual programs that we have that are featured every week. We have so many new programs. You can watch back episodes of How to Draw Anything, or even just anything that we have. Hundreds of videos of content.
We have done a lot, and it's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. So go to smcl.org. We should also promote Summer Learning is about to.
Yes, we're in our final stretch.
Yeah.
So you can enter at any time, but you have to make sure your entry is at the very latest by August 31st. You can always backlog. It's okay. If you said you were reading in June but didn't enter until August, we will accept it.
Yep. So definitely go to summerlearners.org to either sign up and learn how to sign up for the Summer Learning Challenge, and also for a chance to win $1,000 scholarship. So,
I think it's worth entering for.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you all for joining us today and watching Lynne draw her beautiful drawing. Join us next week and you can watch me ink that same drawing.
Yes. I will be there.
All right. All right, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Yep. Bye.
Bye.